So today we're here just to kind of talk about the Southend Summer Festival. Boggy's going to be explaining a bit more about that for you guys. I'll explain a bit more about One Southend, and then Roger's going to show you how to kind of get involved and upload your videos or whatever content it is that you are using to be involved. So I'm going to quickly pass on over to Boggy.
So hi everyone, nice to see you and thanks for coming at this late session. So about Southend Summer, so the idea came to our mind when we started to discuss how we can say thank you to our community groups and Southend as a whole through these last 1.5 years, all the kind of COVID response effort, what happens across the town. We really wanted to have a kind of celebration, thank you kind of event or festival. And we thought that during the summer, we are able to organize something, but due to the changing restrictions, we were too scared to think about some kind of big gathering, but we didn't want it to postpone the idea for another year. Instead, we decided that we will go for the safest option, which is the online kind of festival idea, alongside with smaller face-to-face gathering events or meetings. So the idea came to our mind that we will pick the August summer months because it's school holiday and it's a seaside town, so everyone is visiting Southend this time of the year. So we would like to have a month-long festival celebration and want to put together a calendar with full of events. So any existing small coffee morning which is happening or bigger gathering which happening across the town, we want to put it into a calendar alongside with an online presence. So we want to ask everyone who is aware of any gathering to get in touch with us, submit their events, and also if they want to create any new events, we might able to put you in touch with any other community groups in your area or within any council asset what we can use, such as libraries or museum facilities, because one of the kind of highlight that we really want to encourage people to do partnership work, to work together, and also want to highlight the neighborhood level approach. So we knew that Southend is not just about central Southend, it's from Eastwood until Shoeburyness. So how we make sure that everyone is included, all the small neighborhood level community groups, organizations, and how they can really form a kind of a partnership together to strengthen their local area. And the other kind of highlight of this festival is health and well-being. Obviously, it's so topical. So yeah, this is the kind of theme around the festival. And on the homepage of the online platform, what Evelyn will show you in a second, we also want to have a thank you video from one of the leaders of the council or any other prominent peoples. And we're also planning to put together a kind of video collage from residents. So we are working on to see what would be the most appropriate platform where you can join into a link, say a thank you to a community groups, and it will generate a collage of all of these, small video which has been uploaded. So at the end of the month, we might be able to see a big video joining up. So I think this is in a nutshell. Have I missed anything?
No, I think you explained it all really well, Boggy. Thank you. So a bit of a background about One Southend is, so myself and my colleague Maxine used to do some wellbeing events throughout the year. Our main one was in Shoebury at summer. And obviously due to COVID, we just weren't able to do that last year. So we're thinking about how we could do this virtually. So we got in touch with Roger from SAVS, and we came up with One Southend, and within 10 days it was built. Roger's amazing. He was able to build the website. Myself and Maxine kind of got the contact from our community, our partners, to kind of put it onto our website. We then had a launch date where we had timed events. So we had things from our children's centres where they'd come and cook along with us with live sessions or pre-recorded videos. We had a coffee with cops, so people could come along. It was a live session, they could ask our cops questions, they'd answer back. We also had that with the GP. Obviously Andy was there with his tech group, they did some amazing work.
As she was saying, the One Southend platform was originally designed for a one-off event, but it was kind of really successful in terms of how it handled content and how partners got involved. So, you know, we decided to just make it available to the whole community. And now we host events throughout the year free of charge for any kind of good cause, really. We had a Southend Faith and Belief Festival. We did one around Black History Month. We've supported sexual health campaigns in Southend. And ultimately, all of the content that's submitted is either videos, articles, or live timetables of events. And if I just scroll down this homepage here, you can see there's lots of content on there. If you imagine it's a bit like a Southend only YouTube, that's the kind of vibe that it is. And people are able to click in to each article, and then they're all video based and you're able to watch through them. The platform for the uploaded content is split into 4 zones and that people are then able to browse. So the information zone, wellbeing zone, active zone, and tech and gear zone. And then within those zones, we've got all of this wonderful content that the community in Southend has submitted, which people are able to kind of filter down and then click on any of these and watch content that's been produced here in Southend by community groups, charities and organisations. So that's One Southend as the concept. Although the resources that behind it to set it all up is the council and SAVs, it's very much a community asset, and we want it to be just owned and run by everyone in the community. It's open for all to use. And that's kind of why we chose One Southend to host Southend Summer, which is the event Boggy was just talking about, which is happening in August this year. So following the other structure of events on the platform, Southend Summer will have its own dedicated page, and this will be the home page of the website in August. You can see we've got a countdown here of how long we've all got to pull this all together. So there'll be some sleepless nights towards the end, I'm sure. But the idea is that throughout the month, there'll be a central calendar that people will be able to access and view all of the things happening in Southend across all organisations, all sectors, you know, from the leisure team at the council to Andy's Southend Tech group to, you know, church coffee mornings to family days out. The idea is it'll all be centralised here that everyone can see and just really showcasing what's happening across Southend. The calendar itself, I've just put a few example events in there just to show you how it would work. Essentially, people will be able to filter based on some categories here: families, young people, adults, older people, or everyone. And then, you know, on the event that they want to learn more about, they're able to click and view detail page about that event, like the day, time, location, and any information that the partner who submitted this event would like to share. The other aspect of it is what I've just been showing you. So in terms of video content, so these are actually existing videos that we've already got on the platform that I've just put here to show you as an example. But we'd really like to build up a collection or a gallery of all of this wonderful video content from partners across Southend. And it might be content that you already have. It might be content of an event that you've put on in the past, or it might be a video piece to camera explaining what your service or group does. And we hope that this will build up throughout August and into its own gallery, which people can view here. And ultimately, it will remain on One Southend and join all the other videos and wonderful content that we've got on the website. So all I need to do now, we just wanted to show you all how you can actually submit content for the festival. So obviously we'll be here to support you throughout if you need any kind of tips or us to show you how to do it. But we have created a new section on the website, which is an area where you can submit your content, we hope relatively easily. So if we think back to what we've seen, there's two key things that are going to be part of Southend Summer. So we've got the video content, and then we've got the events that will go on the event calendar. And I'm just going to go through the kind of online forms for both of those to show you how they work. So this video submission form is for people to submit videos that they've either already got online, so maybe on YouTube or Vimeo or Facebook, or if they've got some recorded videos on their phone or computer and they'd like to send them to us so that we can upload them. We hope the form is relatively straightforward. I'll just work through it now. I'm going to put in some random letters as I go through, just so that form validation works. So the first thing we ask for is a video title. We then ask for a short description of the video, about 80 characters long, and that's what will appear underneath the video on the main pages of the website. We then ask for a long description, and this is where partners are able to include as much information as they'd like beneath the video, and that will display when someone clicks through to the detail page. The next part is if your video is already online, so like I said before, it might be on your YouTube channel, it might be on your website or on your Facebook page, we can do something called embedding the video onto our website, as long as we've got the link, so the website link or the URL link of where your video is. And basically what One Southend will do with that link is it creates almost like an imaginary box that pulls in the video from wherever you give us the link to. So it's nice and easy. If your video is already online, you don't need to download it and then send it across. Just send us the link of where it is. The other option is if you don't have your video online and you need to send us the video, because it's likely going to be a very large file and they're notoriously difficult to share, we recommend using a service called WeTransfer, which is completely free to use. It's very trusted, and we've used it a lot in the past with One Southend. And essentially, it just allows you to send large files using a link. We've included instructions here, written, and also a video below of how to use WeTransfer. Only takes about a minute or two. And what that will give you on the WeTransfer website is a link, like a website link, which you can then copy and paste into here. And then when we receive this form submission, all we have to do is click that link and we'll be able to download the video. So it saves a lot of kind of sharing big files with emails, and it's just another way to get your video sent in to us. So that's all the information we need to know for the video itself. So title, short description, a long description if you'd like, and then either a link to your video where it is already online, or the WeTransfer link, which you'll be able to get using the instructions below. The next part of the form is about your organisation or group or service. And this is if you're not already a partner of One Southend. So if you've submitted content in the past, you'll be on our partners page, which I'll just quickly show you here. So this is our partners page of everyone that's contributed in the past. Hopefully, and visitors are able to click through on a name and then see more details about that partner. So if you're not on that partner page, you'll need to fill out all these sections so that we've got information from you and that we can point people to where you are. If you're already a partner, you just need to give us your name. So we ask for name, information about you, and then a link that we can send people to. The final part of the form is just information about you as a contact of the organisation, and this won't be published anywhere on the website. We won't be sharing it outside of what we need in order to just publish your content. So we'll probably only contact you if there's an issue or if we've got an event in the future that we'd like to use your content for. And we just ask for your name, your contact email, and then if you want your phone number. And that's it. That's it, submit a video. So It might seem a little bit daunting watching me do it on the screen, but we've tried to keep it as short as possible. And when you're working through it, we've provided lots of instructions here for you to follow. But it's just really a title, description, and then a link to the video, and then some information about your organisation. So if we think about the other type of content that One Southend is going to display for the Southend summer event, it's our events. So these could be workshops, they could be activities, they could be meetings, support sessions, anything with, I guess, like a date, a time, and a location we can include for you. So I'll go through this form now. So again, this form is for submitting an event, which will appear on the calendar on One Southend. We ask if you can provide us an event title or an event name, and then a description of what the event is. And you can include as much information there as you'd like. The other thing we ask for is an event category, and this will be used to help people when they're filtering the calendar for things like families or young people. And then an event link. So this would be a link to maybe a web page where you're allowing for ticket reservations. So maybe an Eventbrite page or a Facebook page or a page on your website. Then the important stuff. So the date of the event, time of the event, and where the event is located. So in terms of the event location, this could be virtual, so Zoom like we're currently on, or Teams, or it could also be a physical location. If it's a physical location, we'll just need the address. And if it's a virtual location, you can either provide the joining details there and then, or you could ask people to contact you to get those details if you wanted to keep it a bit more private. The only other thing we'd ask for, if you'd like to supply, is an event image. So this would be maybe a promotional flyer or a photograph that you'd like alongside your event. And in order for you to send us that, we ask that you use a service called WeTransfer, which is free and secure. And we've provided some instructions here, which are written or towards the bottom in a video guide. I'm just going to fill this form out with some text so that lets me go to the next screen. Okay, so that's the event information. Next part we ask for is information about your service, group, or organisation. So we ask for this if you're not already a partner of One Southend. If you've provided these details before, then we already have them. We just need to know that your name, your organisation name. You can find out if you're an existing partner by clicking on this link here. If you're not an existing partner, as well as your name, we just ask for information about your group or organisation, and then a link to a website or social media page. And then the final part of the form is just about you as a contact for your event. And we just ask that you provide a name, an email address, a phone number if you'd like. And this is just for us to use in terms of managing your submission. We'll never share this with anyone else or publish it on the website.